Back that whole assault on the casino where they just come out of like the
That
side
one
street.
helicopter shot, yeah, that one shot they did was it's one of the great shots of all time.
Yeah.
That's when
And
they were first doing aerial work, and that's a cameraman sitting on the edge of an open door of a helicopter. No special mounts. That's just a guy trying to get that. And I think it was take 7 was the one they used,
oh,
but to reset each take because there's explosions going off and they got to coordinate all the soldiers and machine gun hits
yeah.
and it must have been a reset. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll try it again.
Yeah,
You know,
can you imagine resetting? I mean, there was so much shrapnel flying in that scene, and they wanted it in one take to prove their point, I think. And I don't even know. They may have even shot that at Ouistreham. I don't even know. But I mean, I love that it ends with the nuns being the toughest characters because they're walking through the explosions to be like the medics.
it wasn't shot at Ouistreham. It was shot in another town. I was driving around Normandy, and I was headed toward Ouistreham, and I pulled into this little town and went, "Whoops, that's Ouistreham."
There you go. There you
Another
go.
town where they shot it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it gives the Free French commandos their moment, and I don't think a lot of movies do. They don't have like their moments of heroics kind of get shadowed over collaboration and other things. But it's a great sequence and it's done really well, and it just makes you think like, man, it really was the longest day for some of those guys.
Mhm. Yeah, and that was quite a lot of that film was directed by Ken Anakin,
Yeah.
who's another one of those directors it's not he's not on a level critically, but here's a guy who did he did those Magnificent Men, they're flying machines. He did
Hmm.
Family Robinson. His name keeps popping up on some really highly entertaining good films.
Yeah. Yeah. He died recently. He
He lived a long life. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, enthralling guy. One other fun production, World War II history production stories is from the Battle of Britain, where I think it was might have been Olivier. Somebody tells the story, and there's some great ghost stories from the sets of all these movies. If you look into it, we did a show on some of that, like some of the quote unquote haunting elements of some of these stuff that people, set cast members, etc., experience. But they were talking about how they used the Spanish Air Force for the Battle of Britain, and they gave them all these German looking planes, right?
Right.
And they decided they shot it in Spain, but these guys would disappear because they wanted to buzz Gibraltar at like rooftop level
Right.
just to antagonize the British. So they'd say like, where is this squadron? And they'd be like, they just went south. They're going to try and buzz Gibraltar. It's just hilarious when you think about some of this stuff. I mean, even when they're making movies in the 60s, they cannot get away from their, antagonistic roots, some of these guys, and they just have to take one
Well, it's
last jab.
only 20 years later, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. When you think about it, overnight, basically.
Hey, I'm Alex from Quiet Riot. I'm Dizzy from Guns N' Roses.
I'm Johnny from Typo Negative. I'm Mike from what?
Help us cure NMOSD and with it, cancer. Go to Guthrie Jackson Foundation and donate now.